What's up, y'all? We are back, episode 24 of the Colorado Rockies Out of the Park Baseball 24 series. We are here September 9th, and a couple of things to go over, I guess. The team is 96 and 48. We've had a great second half so far, so no, like bad things to talk about, really. Um, August, we were awesome. We finished out July really strong, and September we're 2-5 so far, so not great. But one big injury to talk about: George Wolkow wound up dealing with a severe hip strain. It was a 2 to 3 month injury, I believe. That happened like 2 weeks ago or so. Um, so he's out for likely the rest of the season, another 2 months. So yeah, um, unless something crazy happens where the World Series goes far or he comes back. But he had an awesome season, an incredible end, ended with a 140 WRC plus. Finally turned on some of that power that we knew he had. Not a great defensive third baseman, but the bat more than makes up for it. So as a result, we called up Guadalupe Cordero. He's played about 15 games, and well, he has played 15 games, and has been crushing it. As I thought he would, which he's never really had an opening to come up. So he's made a good first impression. Tommy Edman's been really good. This 98 WRC plus doesn't really tell how good he was when we first got him. He had an awesome stretch. I guess we acquired him around here, and just like a couple multi-hit games, and he's been very good. Not quite as good as Casey Cunningham, of course, but he's filled in pretty admirably. Alex Mooney's come back and filled in that shortstop role that we needed him to. So he's been good. Brian Betcourt's really turned on here in the second half. I think he was a below league average hitter in the first half, but I moved him to the leadoff spot when Wolkow got hurt, and he's proceeded to turn it on, and we need his bat big time here. Connor Griffin, his pace is down to 162 RBIs. That's still fine. I mean, I didn't expect him to hit 200 or whatever he was on pace for, but um, yeah, so far so good at the squad. Our other deadline accusation, Camilo Doval, has been awesome. Not walking anyone, which is crazy, but we have him for another season as well. So really excited for him. And the rotation's kind of figured it out a little bit. McClanahan's been awesome here. A couple stinkers here, but besides that, he's been very consistent for us this season. Ford Thompson's been a little shaky here. As you can see, not getting past like 5 innings pitch in any of these games here. Definitely not as good as he was last year. So a little pump the brakes season for him here, but hopefully he bounces back next year. Christian Little has been better, albeit not good still. A couple of nice starts here in his last two, but overall he's been incredibly disappointing. Chris Wood has really struggled here in the second half. I guess all season, but yeah, he had a brutal July that really just tanked his ERA. First couple starts in September haven't been great, so we're hoping to get something better out of him moving down here in the stretch run. Phil Pott's been solid. I mean, this is like what I expect out of him. Like he's a nice pitcher, a good five starter. Maybe more useful out of the bullpen, but we can reassess that in the offseason. As for the pen, Rodriguez has been awesome. Chevilli's been awesome. Ochoa, Rodriguez, Alvarado all been solid. They called up Grant Seelig again. Um, he immediately like blew a game in this first game he pitched, but whatever. I mean, it's fine. And then Evan Reifert, we called him up again too. Kevin Garcia's still been good. Ryan Wald's been fine. Um, and I guess the rest of the lineup, like it's all been good. Romo's been about league average. Zach Veen's been very good since coming out back from injury, and actually playing like a respectable left field this season, which is good. After really being bad the last couple of years, Churio's been awesome. Yeah, really like Blyce up like these. I mean, minus Cordero, of course, but like our key guys like Griffin, Churio, Veen, Blyce. These guys have all been great this season. Bencourt's been really good. Mooney's been awesome for like his defense and everything. Wyatt Langford, continues to hit really well this season. I'm not sure if this is sustainable at all, but we'll take what we get this year. So he's been a nice piece to bring back after a couple shaky seasons after first good couple seasons. But We just called up Chris Bednick to play a couple games. Jack Wise is back at the team. He's played one game since coming back. Eventually, I'll probably do it now, but I know we're so far ahead in the division that I'm going to start mixing in some of our bench guys a little bit more. Um, Daniel Covet, pretty disappointing this season after hitting well the last 2 years. Then Trey Snyder back at the team. Or I guess he's been up, but he's defensive replacement type. We might give another guy a shot here, but yeah, overall it's been really good. And yeah, we sit really far ahead, and actually we clinched the division already. Um, so yeah, well, I mean, next closest team is 84 and 60, so we can kind of just put this in cruise control. I'm gonna, really cycle through some pitchers, try not to use these guys too much. I'm gonna set like my pitchers at like 80 pitches because I really don't want anyone to get hurt in the last three starts they have left of the year. So we'll hop back at the end of the year. I just wanted to check in here in September and kind of fill you guys in on what's happening. The Wilcow injury is huge, but what are you going to do, I guess? Him and Cunningham are like two of our best players. Unfortunately, they're both out for the rest of the year. So we'll keep moving ahead and check back in just a quick second. All right, so we are back. Time for the playoffs. We finished 107.55, despite kind of punting the last month of the season. I mean, I had a six-man rotation. Everyone was limited to 80 pitches. It was just like keep everyone healthy going into the playoffs. That seemed to work out okay. We finished September fine, 13 and 12. We were playing our bench guys like pretty much. Our bench guys were playing every day, different positions. So, not too concerned here coming into the playoffs about health or anything besides Cunningham, Wilcow. But there's nothing we can do about that. So, rotation will stack up as follows: McClanahan, Philpott, Thompson, Wood. Chris Wood, an interesting note on him. Well, not an interesting note, a horrible note. He finished the season horribly. I was gonna put him in the bullpen, and then I was looking at Christian Little, who actually finished the season with four really strong starts. And I was like, I think he plays up way better in the bullpen than Wood would. So we're gonna utilize Little as like a middle innings stopper role kind of guy, like a high leverage. I kind of like him and Rodriguez, the lefty righty, and high leverage if we need them. And then Doval and Chivilli to get to Rodriguez. So I hope Ochoa, Alvarado, and Garcia don't have to be used too much. If they do, I mean, the guy I trust the most is Ochoa, but Alvarado, he was horrible then in the season. So, that $18 million, not looking great. But Wood will get the start. He's on a short leash. I'm going to have him at maybe 70, 75 pitches. I don't want him seeing the order three times. I honestly should even change that. We'll change to 18 batters, twice through the order. That's it for him. So as for the hitters, I mean, the lineup is as pretty much what we were running out there. Edmund finished strong. Not the best season in the world, but he was definitely respectable and filled that second base hole that we needed. It's Zach Wattis, who didn't finish the season necessarily strong, but I like the lefty bat off the bench. And honestly, he probably won't even see the field. Coy James gets there. As you can see, his ratings, this is where he was kind of rated before. The latest update, gave him a huge boost, and this is, a really good player. So, that was a September update. So, we'll roll with him as our bench guy. Again, he's not going to really play necessarily, but, if he sees the field, I'm much more comfortable with him over our other options. And Chris Bednick will be our backup, center fielder. Outfielder, defensive replacement for Zach Bean late in games. He was pretty good in a couple games that he played, but he's not there for his bat. He's there for his wheels. He's our pinch runner and defensive substitution in left. So Langford will DH against lefties, and then Betancourt against righties. So we'll play Milwaukee here, who finished ninth in runs scored, sixth in runs against, finished 82 and 80, and won the NL Central. Logan Webb is their best pitcher, old friend of ours. He pitched with us in 2025, was horrible for half a season. And a little bit of resurgence here for Milwaukee in 2031 in his age 34 season. So we'll will be opposed by him, Almonte, who looks like a pretty nice pitcher. Although fastball, sinker, cutter without an out pitch. I'm surprised he struck out 7.8 per nine, quite frankly. Also looks like he skipped like the entire minor leagues, so it's interesting. Blake Snell had a really nice year between Tampa Bay and Milwaukee. He'll be their three starter. And Dean Kramer, another old friend of ours, our ace back in the day. He will be their four starter. Yeah, he had a couple nice years for us. Like, it's all relative, of course, but like he had an ERA that hovered around 5. Definitely our best pitcher in that era. That disgusting, pre-winning era in Colorado. So actually, he might have been. I think he actually caught one of the winning seasons. I think he caught our '97 win year when we really surprised our '96 win year in 2026. But yeah, we are here and we will play Milwaukee. So let's hop into this screen. And McClanahan will pitch game 1 in Colorado, and we win 7-4. Brian Betancourt, 5 hits. What a stud. So glad we have him. He's one of the holdovers from the old regime, which is really nice. Kind of like, what was he, IFA in 2021. So yeah, he's still hanging around. Churio has 3 ribbies. Connor Griffin, 3 hits, 1 ribby. Tommy Edman, a multi-hit game. Then McClanahan, Little, Chavilli, Rodriguez. That's what we want to see every game. Game 2, we will have Philpott on the mound for us, and we win 7-6. Nice day from the offense. Looks like we had a ton of hits. 13 hits on the day. Griffin, Blyce did most of the damage. Then Cordero, Mooney, Romo chipped in a couple runs between them. Philpott gave us a nice start, gave us a chance to win. Little, Rodriguez didn't do too well. Doval, 3 shutty. And then Rodriguez, 2 shutout innings. We win in 11 innings. So, off day, we head to Milwaukee for 2. I think we have Ford Thompson on the mound for this one. So, rough year for him. Hopefully he can redeem himself. And we do win 10-0. We sweep Milwaukee. Not too much of a surprise. I mean, they won 82 games. We won 107. So, a 25-win swing. Thompson has an awesome start. Doval closes it out. Cordero, our rookie, drives in 5 runs, 3 hits. Griffin drives in 3. Betancourt and Churio driving the other 2 with 1 apiece. And we will go to the next round. Plenty of off days so we can reset our rotation. Also, I realized we didn't need a 4-man rotation for that series. We do now. So we'll run it back with the same order. That seemed to work out well. And we'll play Nashville. The expansion team, they came, what year was that? 2024. And they were, like, atrocious for a couple seasons. They cost us this playoff appearance in 2027, I think. They were so bad. And then, finally, their first winning season and their 8th season as a franchise. And they're here in the NLCS opposing us. Their stars, Ethan Holiday, awesome player. Brandon Siegler, former 2nd overall pick. I mean, it's easy to rebuild your team when you got the 2nd pick every year. Like, I think I could build this team like this. But, like all these guys are like top 5 picks. Henry Davis, was a free agent signing. Seemed like it worked out. Has hit very well for them. Well, was he a trade? Free agent signing. Oh, I don't know. Whatever. It doesn't really matter. I think they did trade for him. Josh Naylor still kicking around on the squad. But they are 5th in runs scored, 8th in runs, 7th in runs against. Mike Tance is their ace. Nice little pitcher here. 103 ERA plus. So, an average starter. And then old friend Kennabel Sevelin. I think he made a couple appearances with us. Yeah, he made two games with us. And had a nice season last year, really good one this year. And what was that trade? That was Alex Mooney. Yeah, so this worked out pretty well for both sides, it looks like. We got Becerra as well and Chris Bednick. So 2 guys on our roster that are going to be opposing Sevelin. Nick Nelson, former Yankees legend. I'm still kicking around at age 35. Pretty rough year, but he'll be their 3 starter and game 1 starter for the series. And then Carson Collins will be their 4 guy. Again, their lineup's pretty solid. Their pitching's not horrible, so but I think we should probably win the series if all goes well. So game one, we will be in Colorado against Nashville. Let's do it. We win 10-5. A 5-hit game from Guadalupe Cordero. And man, what a freaking run of games he's had. He's had 15 at-bats and 13 hits. Sorry, 11 hits. Can't count. And 10 RBIs over his last 3 games, 2 home runs. What a run for him. Alex Mooney has a hit. Edmund has a hit as well. 3 hits for Veen, 3 for Betancourt. McClanahan, definitely a solid start. Little, Rodriguez, and Alvarado close it out. So game 2, looking to go up 2-0 in the series against Nashville, and we win 4-3 in 11 innings. Alex Mooney, a 3-hit game. Drew Romo has 2 ribbies. Mooney did have a home run as well. And the rest of the damage was by Blyce, and that's it. So Philpott, a really good start. 11 Ks through 5 1/3. Rodriguez to Chiavelli to Rodriguez to Doval. Looks like they pitched Randy pretty early in the game. I like that. So yeah, honestly, I think those 5 guys are the only ones we've used so far here in the playoffs. So that bullpen working out well. We will head to Nashville 4-3 in 3 days. So I think it's Ford Thompson on the mound for this one, who had a nice start in the NLDS, and we win 8-3. And a little injury. I don't think it was very serious. I have a tendency to not even look at what the thing says. Oh, it's Jackson Churio. Back tightness, he'll be out there. But Chris Bednick in his place. 3 hits, 3 ribbies. Love to see that as our fill-in. Ford Thompson, that's not good. Injury pending. Gave us 2 innings, and then Little to Rodriguez to Ochoa to Chiavelli to close it out. So we'll wait on the news for Ford Thompson. That's big, though, if we lose him for any point in time here. Chris Wood will start in game 4, looking to sweep the series against Nashville in Nashville. And we lose 13-2. Ouch, that hurts. So Wood, not a good start. Again, I didn't want him to see the field, but we needed him to start with Little in the pen. And Kevin Garcia, another guy I didn't want to pitch, but wound up coming in. So look to forget that one and head to game 5, looking to win the series here in Nashville. And we win 8-5. Close out the series, and we will head to the World Series for the 2nd consecutive season. Veen 3 hits, Churio 2 hits, 3 ribbies while playing a little injured. He should be good for next series, though. Drew Romo 2 hits, 3 ribbies. And I would assume, it looks like Mooney actually won series MVP. I guess Cordero it flew over to the other series as well, but he had a 5-hit game and didn't really do too much else, but still really happy with him. Looks like Mooney had an awesome series. He did. So love to see that out of our star shortstop. A guy I would actually like to extend. I know he's not the most impressive hitter, but I just like this build, and I never really have a shortstop like this in these series. So I don't know about the price tag. We'll see, but McClanahan, not the best start, but gave us a chance to win, and Alvarado, Chiavelli, Rodriguez to close it out. So we'll wait on the news of Thompson. Looks like he's actually fine. We're good. Okay. So it must have been a nothing injury. We're good. And we'll head to the World Series, and we'll play Oakland. The Oakland, what are they? The Ducks or something? The Hooks. We'll start with McClanahan, go to Philpott, Thompson, and Wood. They're all good to go. Honestly, I should probably... Little hasn't been great out of the pen anyway. Maybe I should just go with him in game 4. Yeah, I'll use Wood as our mop-up guy. Move Garcia back into middle relief. So, we'll face Oakland. They're 12th in runs scored, 3rd in runs against, so a good pitching staff, led by this guy, Taylor Dollard, who I've been trying to get this whole series. Another one of these just, dominant pitchers. But not, dominant in the way that of your typical starter, I guess. But he's been so consistent this series. Only 1 ERA over 4 in his career. ERA plus, always over 100, besides the 1 year. But he's their ace. They have this guy, Maxwell Corkum. You got him in a trade of St. Louis. He's been really solid the last 3 seasons for them. Tobias Myers, was he a real-life Um, Rays prospect? Toronto. No. He was a Rays prospect, yeah. Oh, then he was traded to Cleveland. Okay. And he was traded with Cleveland to the Giants. Waivers by the White Sox, released by the White Sox. This is all in real life. I haven't. So it looks like he was with the Brewers. They released him, and he started to do a nice pitcher for them. And then this guy, Gordy Preddy, made 9 starts for them and was really good. So the pitching staff, pretty dangerous. Their star is Braylon Bishop, a former Rule 5 pickup. I was looking at this in the offseason. What an insane get. Like, to get a superstar player in the Rule 5 draft. And it's not like he was a superstar immediately. Like, they didn't cheese it or anything. It took him 3 seasons, then he emerged as that superstar player. But he's their star. Jorge Santolea, another nice player, 19th overall pick back in 2029. Looks like he got 1 at-bat last season for them, but this is his rookie year. Alex Bregman kicking around on the squad. Dave Rogers, not a bad player. Antonio Anderson, but I mean the offense isn't too impressive, but their bullpen, or their pitching in general is. So we will have a tough road ahead. So we will be in Colorado for Game 1. Against the Hooks. So I think it's Oakland's first appearance in the World Series. It's becoming the Hooks. So Game 1, we'll have McClanahan on the mound. Is that? Yeah, okay, I said that. We're good. So McClanahan on the mound, and we win 7-2. Mooney's out for a couple of days. He'll be fine. Or he's playing through that. I don't really care. Big day for the offense. Bunch of multi-hit games. Blyce drove in 2, and then Betancourt drove in 2 as well. McClanahan, 6 1/3, 2 runs. Rodriguez to Ochoa to finish it out. So, win Game 1. We will be in Colorado looking to go up 2-0 in the series against Oakland. And we lose 4-3 in 12 innings. Zach Bean drove in all 3 of our runs. And a 3-run home run in the bottom of the 6th. And looks like it was Doval who blew it, but didn't give up an earned run. So, not sure what happened there. I don't really want to look. So we'll go to Oakland for 3, and this will be Fort Thompson on the mound. After an injury scare, we lose 4-0, so we go down 2-1 in the series here. Thompson a good start. Alvarado, I don't know why they're throwing him. I don't want him pitching, even though he hasn't been that bad this postseason. I don't know why they're pitching him in that situation. But we're down 2-1. We go to Oakland, and it'll be Christian Little on the mound. We had a rough regular season, and we lose 8-4. Ouch. And Chris Wood and Little both sucked. So, lack of a 4th starter coming back to haunt us here, and we're down 3-1. Backs against the wall here, going to Oakland for Game 5. And we have our ace McClanahan on the mound, looking to avoid losing the series against Oakland. And we win 2-1 in a nail-biter. Looks like there was a double play by Randy Rodriguez to end the game. Oh, my God. McClanahan had 7 1/3, 1 run. That's what we need out of our ace. And he is our ace this season. And Rodriguez finishes it out for us. So we have an off day, and we're back to Colorado 4-2. Looking to keep our season alive. Down 3-2 in the series, and we'll have Philpott on the mound. And we win another game 2-1. George Wolkow, setback. That's not good. Hopefully he's fine for next season. Betancourt, 3 hits, ribby, and Connor Griffin drove in the other run with another 3 hits. Philpott, great start. We needed that big time out of him. And then Ochoa, Doval, and Rodriguez to close it out. So, just like that, we have some momentum going into Game 7 in Colorado. We've won 2 in a row to keep our season alive. We look to close it out at home against Oakland. Let's do it. We lose 9-4. So we lose the World Series in 7 games. That's so sad to see. Oh my God. That's so unfortunate. Because Rodriguez, I can't even blame the guy. He's been insane this season. One of the best reliever seasons you'll ever see. I was having one of the best playoffs you'll ever see. Closing out games, keeping it close. We wouldn't have won any of these games without him. And, saved 54 games for me this season. 3.8 WAR, but it was just not meant to be, as he gives up 5 runs in the 9th to I think we must have been down. What was it? We were down one going into the ninth. Um, yeah, looks like it was a 2-run home run by Castillo. This guy Castillo. Um, so yeah, the offense didn't give us much help. And I mean, Thompson was fine. Doval and Shivili, I mean, these guys need to be better than that. But again, like all these guys had great postseasons. Like I can't complain that much about like when it just happened to be the last game of the year that these guys all imploded. So, and especially Rodriguez, like this is not like him. And 2 home runs. He probably didn't even give 2 home runs all season. Like, let's actually check that out. He gave 4 all season. He gives up 2 in the ninth in our last game. So, um, I would say send him to the moon, but we wouldn't have been here without him. So, or send him to the sun, I should say. The moon is not that far. But yeah, that'll be the end of the season. 2031 ends in a bit of heartbreak, but I mean, we dealt with a lot of injuries to our key guys, like Cunningham and Wilkow there. Like that's an easy, probably a sweep. Honestly, like Edmund hit fine in the postseason, I guess, and I guess Cordero is awesome, but it's you put these 2 guys in, and I think it's a different series. And if we had a competent fourth starter that isn't Christian Little or Chris Wood, I also think the series is different. So, something to look forward to in the offseason, upgrading the rotation again. I feel like we just did this, and I thought we were over the hump last year, but again, McClanahan's a free agent, that sucks because I mean we could re-sign him. I'm not against it, but he's fragile, and um, I shouldn't go too far into this. We have the offseason episode ahead, but yeah, that'll be it here in episode 24. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully we have better luck next year. Yeah, we lose the World Series in 7, but we'll be back, and we'll do a couple more years of this. I mean, I don't want to go milk this utter dry, whatever the saying is, but yeah, we'll be back. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.